Hello, everybody. I'm Alejandro Garcia, and I'm running for vice president of the Sport Management Club for next year. So, first, a little about myself. I'm currently a junior, I'll be a senior next year. I'm a sport management major, psychology minor from Northern California, and my main sport is basketball. I love just the history, analytics, statistics of the game, and my dream job is to work for an NBA team one day, front office position. So overall, though, really, I love all sports. I love watching them, playing them, and so I'm just really a huge fan, really passionate about the sports world in general, and I just really love learning more about it, which is why I love this club so much. So first, want to talk a little bit about my experience, why I think it'd be a good fit for vice president. So currently, I am the co-chair of events and social media for the club, and it has been a really fun and rewarding experience. I think this has been our first year in the club, so it's been a bit of a learning process. We've been able to kind of figure out along the way how we want to handle things, the way we want to run things, and I've been really appreciative of being able to be on the board as you know as this club starts out and being able to grow with this club. And it's just been really awesome and really informative learning what it takes on a daily basis to plan things and communicate and make sure the club is run as smoothly as possible. And not only from my specific role, posting on the social media, marketing the events, planning, scheduling the events, but also just as a whole, everything that needs to get done to make sure that the club is really run in the best way possible for our members. On top of that, sophomore year, I was a member of Residence Hall Association. So I was the chair of sustainability and advocacy for the Southeast Block. And so basically, I put on events for the school, and I got really familiar with working with its activities, guest services, Center for Student Involvement, reserving rooms, reserving spaces outside, really just working with the school to plan events. And so I feel like overall, my body of work is really given me a lot of experience, not only with working with this club in particular, but also just with the school in general, in terms of organizing, planning, and leading events and just the group as a whole. So I think that that would really help me moving on to vice president position next year. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about why vice president in particular is what I'm going for. So I have a couple main points. First of all, one of the biggest roles of the vice president is to be a point of contact for the club, and that's exactly what I want to be. I want to be a friendly face that every member feels comfortable reaching out to, sending an email to, sending a text out to, talking to at the meetings, coming up to me, talking to me on campus when they see me, and really just voicing any opinion they have, any question with about something in the club, any concern, any ideas for the club, and I would love to hear them. I would love to take all that input and make sure that we incorporate it. At the end of the day, I mean this club is really all about the members. We're all here to learn more about the sports world, make connections in the sports world, and have fun while doing it. And so to me, I think it's of utmost importance to make sure that we listen to our members and we incorporate that feedback. And not only just, me listening to you and responding to you, but also making sure I pass that along to every other member on the board and making sure we have serious conversations about how we can, you know, take that input and directly apply it to everything we do as a club. So that is one thing I definitely want to, something I definitely value, and something I definitely want to make sure I do if I were vice president. Just making sure everyone's voice is heard, everyone is included, and everyone has an experience that is educational but also very enjoyable. And another point, um, like I mentioned, I learned a lot as the co-chair of events and social media on the board, in particular with those roles, but also just in general, I feel like I've learned a lot about how to run the club. I've worked directly with the president, the vice president, right under them. Feel like I've kind of learned the ropes a lot. I've seen, the day in, day out of what it takes to make sure things are run smoothly, things are planned, things are communicated. And I feel like I've gotten a really good sense of, everything that needs to be done and all the work that needs to be put into um, making sure the club is run as efficiently and as effectively as possible. And so we are very proud to be one of the fastest growing clubs the school's ever seen. And I really want to carry that momentum forward into next year, but also years to come. I mean, I would love for this club to become one of the biggest, most recognizable names on campus. And in order to make sure that we achieve that goal, I think it's really important to have leadership that has experience in this club and in running the club and kind of knows what it takes. And I think that I can provide that for everyone. And I think that I can really help make sure that we continue to grow and continue to just put up the best product that we can for all of our club members and represent Gonzaga University very well. Um, so as vice president, I think that my experience and my passion for the sports as a whole, as well as for this club, has kind of been growing with it. I think that it would help a lot and be very beneficial um, to making sure this is a great experience for everyone moving forward. So I want to talk a little bit about the events chair. In the event that I don't get the vice president position, I would love to be the events chair next year and continue in my role. So I've loved being the events chair. I've loved planning events, thinking of events ideas, and setting them up. And I would love to continue to do that. Like I said, I feel like my experience, my body of work has been in event planning with the school and with the club in particular. And I think I've got a lot of good um, kind of work and knowledge of been doing that the past couple of years. And I think that I continue to provide that for the club. I have a lot of great ideas for events for next year. I've already been thinking about volunteer events, been talking to Parasport Spokane about ideas, watch parties, of course, guest speakers, very important. And so I'm just really excited to see um, what we can do as a club moving forward. I would love to continue that journey as a vice president next year, but also in the event that doesn't happen, I'd be happy to do it as the events chair as well. So yeah, I would like to say thank you to everyone for watching, and I appreciate your time. I can't wait to see the future of this club, see where we go, and I'm really excited to the opportunity to be the vice president for the club for next year. So thank you.